Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and this is set number 72038, Mario Kart, Wario King Boo from the LEGO Super Mario theme. This set contains 512 pieces, 2 buildable LEGO Super Mario characters, and it will retail for $49.99 USD when it officially releases on August 1st, 2025. This set was gifted to me early for review by the LEGO Group through the LEGO Ambassador Network, but all opinions expressed in this video are entirely my own. LEGO did send me over all of the new Summer 2025 LEGO Mario sets, so let me know in the comments if you want to see any other reviews. And of course, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Doing that does a ton to help support the channel and also helps YouTube to show you my videos more often. So thank you all very much for the support, and now let's get into the review. So here are Wario and King Boo. They both have their own carts. We have the Teddy Buggy for Boo and the Badwagon for Wario. But to me, and probably a lot of you guys, the most exciting part about this set is definitely this guy right here, the new buildable Wario figure. Because he is our first ever, buildable human figure in the LEGO Super Mario line. LEGO Super Mario has been going for, 5 years at this point, and we've been stuck with these digital figures. We have Mario, we have Luigi, and we have Peach. And this entire time, this has been the only human characters we've had. They've held off making Daisy, or Wario, or Rosalina. It's just been Mario, Luigi, Peach. But now, after 5 years, as a part of the Mario Kart line, Wario is finally here. And when he was first revealed, I was a little bit worried about how he would look. But having him built up, he's actually pretty perfect. But we'll get to him in just a moment. First, let's cover the actual carts. And we'll start with the Teddy Buggy, because at least to me, this is a very iconic Mario Kart vehicle. It's essentially a plush cart with a teddy bear head, and I feel like it was executed pretty perfectly here. The head, especially at the front, is the highlight. There's printed eyes and a few stickers for the seams right here and the little mouth right here. I kind of wish that mouth was printed just because it is so small of a piece, but it's not the end of the world that it's a sticker, and the shaping on the head's so perfect too. I will say it's a little disappointing to see LEGO Super Mario using stickers, because up until this year they never did. Mario was one of those themes that exclusively used prints. And I do understand the switch with the Mario Kart wave, because the carts do use a lot more stickers than the Course Builder sets did, but still the lack of any stickers in the previous sets did make them feel a little bit higher quality, so it's a bit of a shame to see that change. We've got these black cartoony wheels on here, which I believe were also introduced in the Mario Kart wave earlier this year, and right here we do actually have an exclusive printed part. This is like a little icon for King Boo. It's just a 1x1 circular tile, and it's got his mouth and his crown on it, and that's awesome, and since it's a 1x1 tile, you get an extra bit in this set. That's a very cool little thing that makes this buggy feel like it's properly Boo's, while also obviously being very easy to modify and remove it if you want to give it to a different character. Around the back there's a stud shooter to shoot out a red shell backwards. These were also used in the Mario Kart wave in January, but I think they're a ton of fun. It's really smart to use the existing stud shooter piece, but instead of loading up a stud, you have that new shell part. And I think it's a pretty nice looking piece. The items too are meant to be somewhat customizable, so you can remove the stud shooter and have it face the other way if you want. And you can see there's another hole right here in the car if you want to have it on the other side. And you'll see with the other vehicle in this set, and the vehicles in some of the other sets, there's tons of these open studs where you can move these around. And customizability is always a good thing. Speaking of customizability, there is half of a hinge right here. Now if you guys don't have any other Mario Kart sets, you may not know what that is, but that's actually meant to attach a glider. Now this vehicle does not come with a glider in this set, however Wario's kart does. So if you want to remove Wario's glider, you can reattach it here like that. Or you can attach one from another set, but you can see, yeah, this is how it attaches on. Then, of course, we have King Boo himself sitting in the seat of the buggy. We'll take a look at him separately in just a moment, but he does have a little transparent stand to hover above the buggy, and here's how it looks with him removed. There's a little 2x2 area where he can attach to, but of course there's a stickered barcode behind it, and that's of course for the digital characters, Mario, Luigi, or Peach to use. Now, none of those come in this set, you do have to get them from another set, but if you have them, there's a little more functionality here. Now, the functionality on this one is no different than any of the other carts. You can hear the sound of the cart starting up. And then the race actually starts. You have 60 seconds, and as you move it around, it'll make different noises, different things will display on the screen. You'll gain coins the faster you go. You get little sound effects while jumping in the air. You can fall off the cart. I don't think Luigi's realized he's fallen off the cart yet. Okay, now I realize he's back on. And then the race ends after 60 seconds, and what do we get? I got 1 coin. Wow, I did not do very well. You can definitely have some more fun with this if you're on an actual track and not confined to my little light box. But yeah, that functionality is not unique to this cart. It's the same functionality on any of the other carts and any of the other sets. It's just a matter of aesthetics, like what kind of cart you want to put your character on. I do like that compatibility, though. I do think it's really cool that the Mario Kart sets still work with the digital figures, but they're made to work without it, too. Because if you don't want to use the digital figures, it works just fine to have King Boo in here, and then the race is a little more imaginary. King Boo, by the way, is awesome. I don't believe he's new. We've definitely gotten the character before, but the face print might be new. Either way, he's an awesome character to get. I love his giant smile right here, and he is literally just a white cube. There is a barcode on his back, so you can stomp on him just like any other enemy. So if you don't want to use them in a Mario Kart context and instead want to bring them over to Course Builder, that is an option you have. But I think the most interesting thing is just getting the character here. And obviously it is that blocky Lego Mario design, but I like it. And then here's the other build in the set. We have Wario and the Badwagon. Now the Badwagon's definitely the bigger of the two vehicles in the set, and it's another very fun one. I love the vibrant pink on it. That's by far the coolest part. There's some nice stickered golden wheels on the side. There's a sticker with Wario's symbol at the front. I guess a benefit of these being stickered pieces is they're more interchangeable in terms of characters, because I guess Lego decided that this was a Wario Kart, but it doesn't have to be. I think this vehicle's often associated with like Princess Peach, so if you wanted this to not be a Wario vehicle, you could leave that sticker off and it would be a generic Badwagon. So I guess that's a small benefit, but there is other stickers here like this one that I really would have liked to have printed. Solid design to the front bumper. On the sides, I gotta be honest, I don't have a ton to say about. It's kinda cool how they frame the wheels here, but I don't know, it's not that interesting. And then I do like how they did these lights on the back. Overall, this vehicle, though, I think because Wario is so big, the entire vehicle just feels way too big. I feel like maybe it could have used wheels that are a little bit bigger or slightly more exaggerated proportions. Because I don't know, with how big Wario is in there, what he's driving in feels somewhat just like rectangular. You got a little bit of shaping here at the back, right? And if you look at the original vehicle, there's not a ton of shaping to it, but from certain angles, this definitely feels a little stretched out. Anyway, of course, just like the other vehicle, there is a place to shoot a shell out. This time around, it's a green shell. You get a total of 2 green shells and 1 red shell in the set. You just push down on it like that. And once again, the location of that is very easily swappable. You could put it back here instead, or move it to the other side right here. At the back of the car here, there's another sticker with some speakers, and I think that looks really good. And then, of course, there's the glider that attaches out the back. And this is by far one of the best parts of the set. It's just a giant Wario face. I love how silly it is, and it fits Wario so well. The colors are vibrant and perfect. This looks amazing, and it's a really cool vinyl piece, too. Removing Wario from the car, there's how it looks without him in there, and you can see, yeah, it's definitely very big and open. I don't know, the more I look at this, I just wish it wasn't as flat on the sides. I think these parts at the back should have come in a little bit more, but that would have restricted the figure room back here, which it does need for the digital figures. Because you can see 2 more barcodes are exposed now. One is just the generic car barcode. It's the same one that we saw before in the other vehicle. That allows your character to actually race, but you already saw that, so I'm not going to show you that again. And then the other one, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what it does because it doesn't work. Now, by the time that the set's out and you guys can get it, it should hopefully work, but the LEGO Mario app has not been updated yet, so I cannot show you what that does yet. However, the main focus of this set was the Wario figure for me, so I thought it was still worth reviewing even if this doesn't work. It's going to be some sort of interaction with the speakers, but I don't know what that is, so unfortunately, yeah, I cannot show you that yet. So overall, to me, the Badwagon is the less interesting of the 2 vehicles in the set. It's not awful, I just feel like it's a little too rectangular, it could have been more interesting. But the guy driving it, now he is awesome. Here is the buildable Wario figure, and I genuinely do not think I could be happier with this. Again, when this was revealed, I didn't really like him from official pictures because it felt like they were trying to replicate the style of the digital figures that Brick built. And of course, that doesn't necessarily work because they are just one giant piece. But no, this does feel like a proper Wario to this Mario. We've got a couple new pieces on this figure. First off, the legs. They've got like these elf shoes that Wario wears. And you can see this is just one solid part. It's still molded in bright green and magenta. It's a 3x5 on the top with a 3x4 space underneath, which is very unique. I feel like certain builders could do something interesting with that. Then his arms connect on Technic pins, and I believe these are an all-new part. He does just use standard Big Fig hands as like white gloves. But yeah, that actual arm piece I've never seen before. It's similar to like the standard Big Fig arm, but significantly shorter. And he doesn't have the muscles that the Big Figs typically have. Then our last new part is the nose and mustache right here. This is one solid piece, dual molded in magenta and black. Here's how that piece looks on its own, and there's a very cursed Wario without it. And then the figure also has a few interesting prints. This is the standard LEGO Mario hat, though now recolored in yellow with a Wario symbol on it. His eyes and mouth are, of course, all new printed parts, and the buttons on his overalls are printed, which is very nice. Posability is just as much as the official Mario figure, is actually slightly more because he can also rotate his hands. And because it is Big Fig hands, you can fit a bar piece in there if you want him to hold on to something. The ears are definitely the most cartoony part, but I still think they work and definitely fit the LEGO Mario style. And the texture on his hair is really good too. My favorite building technique though is definitely how they did the chin. This is so creative. These are 2 1x1 circular tiles right here, and they just sort of tuck in beneath the head. They're like 2/3 out, right? It's not a perfect grid from the head to the chin. So it does give him that distinct shape there, which is so creative. I genuinely think this is a fantastic figure all around, by far the highlight of this set. I'm glad that after all this time we finally got Wario, and while I still definitely want LEGO Mario minifigures, this feels like a very major character we were missing that we finally have. And then finally, this set comes with 2 traffic cones. We got a blue one and a red one. These are just obstacles for the courses when you drive around. They're cute. I'm glad these bonuses are included, but I don't have much to say about them. They're literally 4 parts each. They look good though. But now, overall, what are my thoughts on this set? I'd say this is a decent set, far from my favorite, but also definitely very far from the worst. The highlight is for sure the characters, like Wario is amazing, it's our first time getting him and he looks so good, at least in the style of the LEGO Mario figures. I know LEGO Mario figures aren't for everybody, so people just aren't gonna like this, but if you are a fan of them, which I am, this feels like such a creative, fresh take in this system. And then King Boo is also just nice to get again. He has come in sets before, but he's not the most common, and again, he's a very iconic character. The carts are alright, I like the Teddy Buggy a lot, but it is very small. And the Badwagon has some cool elements, but leaves a little bit to be desired. However, the glider piece is amazing. But the biggest thing with this set is the price. And now the price isn't terrible here, but it's also not great. LEGO Mario is very weird because it went from being one of the worst price themes to last year being one of the best price themes. But this set's definitely not in best price territory. Again, it's not horrible, compare this to LEGO Star Wars sets of the same price, and it is bigger, but this definitely isn't one of those amazing value Mario sets that we've had in the last year. Instead, it's just alright. So overall, would I recommend this set? To most people, probably not, but if you're a huge fan of Wario, or if you really like the Mario Kart system, you got some of the earlier sets and you want some more, I do think this is a decent one to pick up. It's just outside of Wario himself, this isn't the most groundbreaking set of all time. But of course, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this set in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and let me know in the comments which Summer 2025 LEGO Super Mario set you want to see an early review of next. But as for this video, I think that's about all I have to say, so thanks for watching everybody, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!